Hello friends, today we will discuss the another problem of Wipro assessment. The problem is to find the number of prime numbers in a specified range. Here question is given that write a function to find the count of the number of prime numbers in a specified range. Here we have to write a function that will find the how many prime numbers are present in the specified range, and the starting and ending number of the range will be provided as input parameters to the function. Here assumption is given that 2 is less than or equal to a starting number of the range, is less than or equal to ending number of the range, is less than or equal to 7919. Here first example is given that if the starting and ending number of the range is given as 2 and 20, the method must return 8 because there are 8 prime numbers in the specified range from 2 to 20, namely 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and 19. And second example is given that if the starting and ending number of the range is given as 700 and 725, the method must return 3 because there are 3 prime numbers in the specified range from 700 to 725, namely 701, 709 and 719. We will solve this problem in Dev C++ application. Before solving this problem, I request you to subscribe our channel for more these types of questions and solutions. Let's start. Now press Ctrl N for new tab. At first we will write the program. After that I will explain you how it works. At first we will include the header file, which is #include stdio.h. After that we will declare the function named as count prime, and we will pass the two formal argument as range. Let's int input 1 and int input 2. After that we will declare the variables I, j. We will initialize the count variable to 0 and n variable to 0. Now we will check the condition given in the question. If input 1 is greater than or equal to 2 and input 2 is less than or equal to 7919. Here we can see that it is given in the question. After that we will take the for loop for I equal to input 1, I is less than input 2, I plus plus. After that we will initialize the count value to 0. Now again we will take the for loop for j variable. For j equal to 1, j is less than or equal to I j plus plus. Now we will check the condition for prime number. If I modulus j equal to 0, we will increment the count value. And again if count equal to 2, we will increment the n value. After that we will return the n. Now close. Now we will write the main function int main, and we will take the range as input, means we will declare the two variable int number 1 and number 2. Now we will take the range from user, enter the range, and we will read it from keyboard %d percentage d ampersand number 1 and ampersand number 2. Now we will call the function percentage d. Here our function name is count prime, so we will write count prime, and we will pass the two variable number 1 and number 2, and at last get ch. Now close. Now by pressing Ctrl S, we will save the program. Here we will give the program name as count prime.c, and we will select the all files. Let's save. Now we will execute the program, compile and run. Let's give two input, means 2 and 20. Here I have given the range, press enter. Here we can see that between the range 2 and 20 there are 8 prime numbers, so our answer is right. Now let's check for the another range which is given in the question, that is 700 and 725. If we will give the 700 and 725, the method must return 3. Let's check. Let's give 700 and 725. It should return 3. Here we can see that our program return 3. That's why it's correct. Now we will see how it works. At first we have taken the range as input. Here input 1 and input 2. Let's give range. Let's say input 1 equal to 2 and input 2 equal to 4. We will check the number of prime numbers in the given range 2 and 4. We know that there are two prime numbers between 2 and 4. One is 2 and another is 3. So method must return 2. Let's check. At first we have declared the variable I and j. Here I and j, and we have initialized the count variable to 0 and n variable to 0. Now according to the question, in the question given that input 1 should be greater than or equal to 2 and input 2 should be less than or equal to 7919. Here we can see in the question. Now for I equal to input 1, here input 1 is 2, so I equal to 2, and we will check the condition. If I is less than input 2, here we can see that 2 is less than 4. Our condition is true, so count equal to 0. Here we can see that count equal to 0. Now for j equal to 1, here we have initialized the j value to 1. Now we will check the condition. J is less than or equal to I, 1 is less than or equal to 2, condition is true. So we will check the another condition. If I modulus j equal to 0, here 2 modulus 1 equal to 0. Our condition is true. So count plus plus means count becomes 1. Now again j is less than or equal to I, here 1 is less than or equal to 2, condition is true. So j plus plus. Now j becomes 2. Now if I modulus j equal to 0, here 2 modulus 2 equal to 0, condition is true. So count plus plus. Now count becomes 2. Again we will check the condition. J is less than or equal to I, here 2 is less than or equal to I, condition is true. J plus plus, here 3. So here I modulus j equal to 0, 2 modulus 3. Here we know that 2 modulus 3 is not equal to 0. So we will comes out of the loop, and if count equal to 2, here we can see that 2 equal to 2. So n plus plus. Now n becomes 1. Now again we will check the condition. I is less than input 2. Here 2 is less than input 2, means 2 is less than 4. So I plus plus. Now I becomes 3. Now here count equal to 0, means count again becomes 0. Now j equal to 1. J becomes 1 and j is less than equal to I. Here we can see that 1 is less than equal to 3. Condition is true. So we will check the another condition. I modulus j equal to 3. We know that 3 modulus 1 equal to 0. So count plus plus. Count becomes 1. Now again we will check the condition. J modulus j is less than or equal to I. Here j is 1 and 1 is less than equal to 3. Condition is true. J plus plus. Now j becomes 2. Now we will check the condition. 3 modulus 2. Here 3 modulus 2 equal to 0. Condition is false because 3 modulus 2 equal to 1. That's why condition is false. We will again comes out of the loop. Now if count equal to 2, here we can see that count equal to 1. So condition is false. We will comes out of the loop and we will check the another condition. I is less than input 2. Here 3 is less than 4. Condition is true. So I plus plus. Now again count equal to 0. Count equal to 0. Now j equal to 1. J equal to 1. Now we will check the condition. J is less than equal to I. Here 1 is less than equal to 4. Condition is true. We will check the condition. I modulus j equal to 0. Here 4 modulus 1. 4 modulus 1 equal to 0. Condition is true. Count plus plus. Means count value becomes again 1. Now again we will check the condition. J is less than equal to I. Condition is true. J plus plus. Means j becomes 2. Now I modulus j equal to 0. Means 4 modulus 2 equal to 0. Condition is true. Count plus plus. Means I count value becomes 2. Now again we will check the condition. J is less than equal to I. Here 2 is less than equal to 4. J plus plus. Means 2 becomes 3. Now again 4 modulus j equal to 0. Means 4 modulus 3 is not equal to 0. Condition is false. We will comes out of the loop. Here we can see that if count equal to 2, count equal to 2, condition is true, and plus plus. Now we will again check the condition. I is less than input 2. Here I is 4, but 4 is not less than 4. Condition is false. We will comes out of the loop and we will return n. Here n value is 2. So between 2 and 4, the total number of primes are 2. That is 2 and 3. So our program is right. Thank you.